Aloha lava, tēnā koe, and good afternoon from the Lion Academy in Palmerston North, New Zealand. I'm Dion Jensen, the founder and CEO of the Lion Academy, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to introduce myself and update you on where we're up to on these B2B global platforms. Now, if you've ever been on my LinkedIn profile and looked at the history, starting from a private soldier to where we are now, yeah, along the journey, it's very difficult to be taken seriously as an individual. And so even though we were the first in the world to provide this solution to suicide and PTSD, I understand that it was hard for some organizations to take that seriously when you didn't have an organization behind you. Even that's not enough right now at the moment with all the fear or the credibility and liability issues that we have, which is why I'm putting this video on LinkedIn. LinkedIn to me is the most trusted platform for investigating people's competency. And there's always someone that you can find on LinkedIn that you can ask about somebody. And so I've enjoyed utilizing the LinkedIn platform and having the ability now to create lots of different things around the world as a group of companies. So I just wanted to hop on here on this video now just to update you on where we're up to. So the Lion Academy now represents a group of companies. So we have the Lion Academy, we have Tamar Enterprise International, and we have cleankiwifuel.com. And so we've put all those components together so that we can provide global platforms for corporate organizations. Yes, our crisis leadership went to #1 in the world on LinkedIn during COVID. We've done the leadership speaking and mentoring and coaching, workshops and events, those sides of things. It's good fun and it's inspiring and it's motivating, but it won't create the level of impact that we want to create. And if you know the history of the Lion Academy, it comes from 17 years ago when one of my best mates, Daryl Diphtheria, was killed in operations. That's where this whole journey started. 17 years later, we now have this group of companies that can help your organization, whether you want me to come in and speak, and I can still inspire and motivate, hopefully. I can then come and run corporate training. I can back that up with an online workshop, have the whole Lion Academy available online. But now, for those organizations that want to make a serious impact, legacy impact, all right, not just revenue impact. But if you're a leader in command and you're serious about an impact, stopping suicide, if you're a leader that wants to have a zero suicide focus, if you're a leader or commander that wants to empower your people to build that legacy, or even if you're in corporate business and you want to increase your engagement, productivity, and revenue, it's all going to come down to people. Now, we're proficient on the AI side of things. We built the AI Mirai, currently in talks at the moment with Microsoft. We're the first ones in the world to combine AI and a cultural platform here in Tikanga Māori, which is the Indigenous people of New Zealand. So have a look again if you've heard from us. Have a look again at the lionacademy.co.nz and choose which of those 4 lanes that you lead and command in, whether it's for our warriors, our women, our youth, or our business and entrepreneur community. There's a door there that you can walk through if you're serious about it, or if you just want to have a look and keep up to play and maybe touch base with us in 5 years' time when we're already expanding into other components. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself, look in the eye and give you an update on what we're doing here on LinkedIn, focusing on totally destroying the enemy of suicide in the US for military, law enforcement, and emergency services personnel through our first B2B global platform. The next global platform that's coming after this is for our corporate women, and then for our youth and educational system, and then we're doing one for corporate organizations where I can combine all of this content, speaking, corporate training, authoring, doing all these sorts of things. You cannot make the level of impact that we should be making as an individual. It always takes an individual to start it, but it takes a movement to finish it. So our legacy focus is for my grandkids to be able to look back and find this video one day, whatever form that is, or whatever planet that's on, considering what the chatter is out there at the moment. I just wanted to jump on here, look you in the eye, and give you the update. Came all the way from the bottom, all the way to leading our own lane at the moment, because no one's done this before. No one had ever created a positive PTSD solution. No one had ever written the world's first good news book about PTSD. No one had ever written a crisis leadership modality through a pandemic. We've done all these things that no one else has done before out of necessity, not out of desire at all. All right, it was out of necessity to help our people. Now it's clicked into desire. We know what we can do when everything's going wrong. So let's get in front of all of that. So if you're a leader and a commander and you're sick of going to funerals and you're sick of constantly going to these endless awareness campaigns and these endless mental health solution summits that are just awareness campaigns and coping mechanisms, then every individual and every organization is coming to try and sell their products and services. We're sick of that because we've worn the uniforms. We know what works for us, and we want to share that with you. You get to test out the B2B global platform for free to test its efficiency first, test it all out. But I would trust your people to test it. If there's one thing that I haven't seen being done right now, is no one from within uniform is designing the solutions and getting resource to do that. And if they are, it's sort of unit by unit, and it's a little bit at a time, and people are dying in the meantime. The other thing is we're not trusting our people to test the pilots. I'm responsible for 7,000 people within the Lion Academy, collectively in our ecosystem, that trust me when I say something. And so if I want to test something for my people that I can't provide, I'm going to assess the credibility and the liability first, because that's my role and that's your role, that's fine. But then I'm going to grab the pilot and I'm going to give it to my people. I'm going to go, hey, speaking to this person, they tell me they have this solution. I've checked it to make sure that there's no liability here. There's always going to be an element of risk. Test it out. Tell me if it's of any benefit to you. And I'll trust my people with it. Now, we are professional soldiers, sailors, airmen, police, emergency services personnel, security, Coast Guard. We're trusted with people's lives every day. We need to trust our people with testing these pilots. So I came on here today on LinkedIn, so you can see who I am. You can see the level we're at now. Not just an ex-soldier, an ex-cop running around trying to share a book. 17 years down the track, we have global B2B platforms that can plug directly into your organization. Test it out. Give it to your people. Let them report back to you. The ultimate leader is the leader that trains himself out of their position and is no longer required. That's where we're up to. Legacy. These suicides are unacceptable, and none of this scares us. Thank you for your time.